Welcome to iCrafter's May 1st release. Today I'm creating a card with the Matchbook Jungle Cat Add-on dies. Hi, I'm Jen Gross. I am working with an iCrafter project today, so I'm going to be using the iCrafter base plate with my Platinum die cutting machine from Spellbinders. This is the sandwich that works best. This here is the Magnetic ProCutting Deck. It's an iMend, so it has mendable surfaces on two sides, and then the middle has the magnets and a solid base. So it's 3 layers, and you can see here it holds a magnet. So with the Platinum machine, I use the iCrafter base plate. I use my iMend Magnetic ProCutting Deck. I put down an 85-pound piece of yellow cardstock, and then this really beautiful cheetah print die. So I'm going to put on a clear plate to complete the sandwich, and I'm going to run it through lengthwise here with my Spellbinders Platinum machine, and I'll run it right back through, and I will show you how beautifully this cuts. So again, this is magnetic, so it holds the die in place, which is great, and then as you remove the die, look at those all pop out. So yeah, they just easily come out with my nail, poking the rest of the pieces out. I do have to get the pokey tool for the little areas that I can't get to with my nails, but I am going to utilize this yellow piece with a piece of orange cardstock to create a textured print page for a die cut that we're going to do with the the Matchbook Jungle Cat Add-on series. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Matchbook Jungle Cat Add-on series and use it with this beautiful patina printed paper. So you'll see that there are a variety of different types of leaves. There's going to be some long, narrow ones, some skinny, that look like grass. There's going to be some that look like palm fronds, the big, like banana leaves. So right here, I'm going to take a couple of them, the large palm fronds, and you'll notice I'm putting the square edge off of the paper. There's no die cutting on that square edge. That's a placement piece. Then I'm going to use the little ivy pieces around here, and we will go ahead and sandwich that like we did before. The iCrafter base plate, the iMend Magnetic ProCutting Deck, the paper, the dies facing the paper, and then that plastic cutting plate on top. We'll run it through, and you can see that it will cut the leaves beautifully as well. So we're going to do that on the other side of the paper and cut out a few more of these leaves. I want to create a jungle look to my card with the cute little cheetah cat, and so we'll need a few different shapes of these and a few different sizes of these. And you can see here they've got the ivy, and then you've got those like ferns or palm fronds. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that a second time, maybe speed it up here a little bit for you. And this magnetic deck is self-mending. You can use either side of it, and it works beautifully with the delicate or detailed dies as well as larger dies too. So there's my set. Now I'm going to grab a beautiful yellow and green watercolor print and use the larger leaves, the banana leaves, and then those real thin, narrow leaves. Cut that out a couple of times here out of this paper. And then also, I didn't show it here, but I cut the word hello out of this printed watercolor paper as well. So you can see no warping, no bending. It's got 3 layers to it. Has a little bit of flexibility. The magnets are in there. Mine's a little bit used since I've had it since November, a little bit stained with some ink, but it works fantastically. So you can put it through the cutting machine lengthwise or shortwise. You can flip the this clear plate over. The clear plate's going to warp maybe just a little bit, but it's not going to warp as much as you might think. Just, as normal use and wear and tear. So now let's take this print here. I'm going to attach it to the orange to create my raised printed cardstock that we're going to cut this cat out of. So I have the face pieces of the eye and the nose I put on the white. We're going to run the cat through this way, and then I'm actually turning it to just a little bit, just to make sure that everything gets cut, because it is 2 layers of 80-pound cardstock. So, and it comes out great. So I'm going to cut off that lower tab because I don't need it. That's just something we use as a placement in the Matchbook add-on. So we're going to go ahead and add the nose. I need my little tiny plier tweezers here to do the nose, but I'm using my iCrafter tweezers here that grip the paper really well, and putting the eyeballs on. So we'll have our little cat ready to go. Isn't he cute with that double print? So that's just kind of handmade. Now we're going to take the different leaf, the long narrow ones, the fat skinny ones. We're going to go ahead and kind of place those behind the cat and glue them and cut off the extra. I want to create a little jungle scene, like he's kind of hiding out in the house plants. And I'm going to put him on a black card front. So I'm going to glue these down. And yes, it's okay to have a little overhang. I'm actually going to take that overhanging leaves and utilize them in this look as well. Bring the ivy around, cover up some of the lower plants that I've cut here so that it looks like it's just kind of being sat on. You know how cats sit on plants, right? So yeah, so we'll go ahead and add a little more ivy here, and then let's go ahead and glue the cat and the leaves into place. And I'm going to use a little brayer to make sure he is down and solid onto that, and then add this banana leaf one. And now we're going to cut these off, and I am going to use most of them. So we're going to place those around the card here and just add some more depth to it, add a little bit more ivy. And then the last thing I'm going to do is cut this off and add the word hello. I add it to an A2 green card base, and we have our completed card. This is the I-Men sandwich for the Spellbinder Platinum machine using the ProCutting Deck.